Hello there. My name is Aiden Shearin, and this summer I interned through the RuralWorks program here at NC State. And this is a presentation to show off what I did and kind of what it was like to be an intern this summer. For a little bit of background, I was born here in Raleigh, and I am now a junior here at NC State. I am majoring in electrical engineering with a concentration in power systems. And my current plan after graduation is not set in stone, but right now I'm thinking of going into the workforce and then after some time going back to get a higher level degree. Now, this summer I interned at Southland Electrical Supply. And what we do at Southland is we take used or broken power equipment. This includes like transformers and motor control centers, among others. And we take it, we clean it up, we fix it up, and then we sell it to customers in this now like new condition. Now, at Southland, we don't keep the equipment as it was. We typically will just gut it out and then respec it up to whatever it is the customer needs. And I have the location listed as being in Burlington, but there are locations all throughout the Southeast. The main shop was in Burlington, and that's where I spent most of my time. Now, when interns join their company, they typically stay in one role or position for the entire internship. I didn't really have that experience. I rotated all throughout the company. I saw pretty much a little bit of everything what they do at the main shop. I worked in their inventory department. I worked in their wiring department where I took the cleaned out and fixed up components and wired them all back together. I went to the testing department where we take the near finished jobs and make sure they work before we ship it out. And then I even spent some time at some of the other locations. I went to the other Burlington location, I should say, and I did CAD drawings for the designing and the jobs they have over there. And then I also went to the High Point location where I worked on more of the software side of things, such as this motor drive on the right here. I had to make sure the programming built into it was right. And then this was a circuit board that I had to take apart and test every little component in because there was an unsolved issue in the larger project that I was working on. Now, while my position within the company didn't really stay the same, one thing that was consistent was the fact that I worked with technicians and engineers for the entire summer. They kind of taught me how everything worked and what needed to go into their whole designing and cleaning process. And they taught me, they mentored me, they watched me to make sure I did it right. And once I felt comfortable doing it on my own, they let me do projects independently. And that's kind of how the entire summer went. I would learn, I would be able to do projects independently. I would do that for a little while, and then I'd go to a different part of the company. This is one of the jobs I actually did towards the end of the summer. This first picture in the top left is what was brought into us. This was a cabinet that was meant to control the power flow to whatever it was hooked up to, and it was not working. So we bought it for cheap. I ended up gutting it because the new customer did not want it to be set up like this. So I gutted all the old stuff. I cleaned it up, which was the second picture. And then for the third picture, this is what the customer wanted the piece of equipment to be spec'd out to. So I set it up and did repainted it so it looked brand new, and then we shipped it off. Typically, the jobs that we get at Southland require everything to all the different departments or sections to collaborate together. The biggest jobs take about a month and a half to do on average. This one took me 5 days because this was a more simple job compared to some of the higher level jobs that they do within the company as well. Now, I gained a lot of important experience this summer. The most important of them being the hands-on experience that I got with the types of power systems that Southland specializes in. That was a big reason I chose to intern here at Southland, was because they were a company that was specializing in the area I wanted to concentrate in with my degree. And compared to other engineering interns, mine was much more hands-on. I actually worked with the equipment. I never really did any designing, which is admittedly something I wish I did. But now that I see how the equipment works together and some of the grievances that all the technicians have against this, I can use that knowledge. And once I'm actually designing this equipment myself, I can keep this knowledge in mind so that I don't make a project that's too overly complex for the technicians to put together. And overall, probably my biggest takeaway that I really enjoyed this summer was the fact that I finally got to apply the knowledge I gained from school and actually take it and use it in the real world. All my classes had been concepts and theory at that point, but now I was finally starting to see it all. Seeing this happen in person in the physical form was kind of like putting the pieces of the puzzle together. I really got to understand my coursework more. And even now, it's helping me understand some concepts that I'm seeing in my higher level classes.